for generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Harvey Perlman was there.
Hey, Harvey, sir.
Harvey sidled up to me and said, Sipple, a little out of context. So I was driving back. I called Pelini and I told him what Harvey said. He goes, Sipple, you should have told him anytime he's not near a sewer, he's out of context.
Whoa.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond. Through their decades of design-build expertise, they are available for detailed planning and custom building, additions, and remodels for your dream home. Coleman Construction listens to your ideas and works with you to develop a floor plan, budget, and project management approach. Contact Coleman Construction at 402-643-5654 to discuss your vision for a beautiful home and let them bring it to life.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome into the Movement Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We got Rob Coleman now in the house. And Rob, I'm just going to let you take it away. How was your week?
My week was good.
That's good.
It actually felt like Friday on Thursday.
That's good.
Yeah, and I guess
we have
we have a long weekend coming up. So you got any plans going on this weekend?
I might be going home at Sunday night.
Where's that?
Columbus. I'm from Columbus.
Oh.
So I'm working Sunday night probably until like 9 here. So
wow.
But yeah, then I'll hopefully go home and then I'll be home for Memorial Day.
You guys do anything over there?
I don't know. We're probably just gonna hang out as family. I don't know. We don't really have any. See, just getting together as a family is kind of like
Columbus, the city, though. Does that?
Oh.
I'm from Seward, by the way. We have the 4th of July. So what does Columbus have?
Man, I got to be honest. I don't know. If there is anything, we're not going to go do it.
That's just a mini dig at Columbus.
No.
Seward,
Columbus is fine. It's fine.
I'm from Seward. There's a little bit of a, Class B.
Yeah.
Class B, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. I feel like I've played. It's been a long time since I graduated high school, but I think that was a thing.
Yeah. But no, I'm just excited to have a day off for Memorial Day.
I get that. Yeah.
We all need a day off once in a while.
I think so. Well, now we got 3 of them. So here we go.
We need it.
Yeah. Well, mine actually started off pretty cool. I actually ended up crashing a private party last night. Didn't mean to, but it happened. Wow. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, honestly, it was just confidence. I just walked up, hey, I'm heading upstairs, and nobody stopped me. So
all right.
No, the new rooftop is above your house. It's actually a really, really nice place to be. But they had a 93.7 The Ticket was up there.
Ooh.
Right. So
hey.
I ran into DP, I ran into Nick,
go.
and it was actually pretty funny because they probably knew that I wasn't supposed to be up there. But lucky for me, I trained the right people and I had the connection, so I was able to make it up.
Yeah, no, see, you got to fake it till you make it.
Yes.
And you did that perfectly, I'm assuming.
Even though I wasn't trying, but that's where the confidence came in. If you don't know you're crashing a party, you're just like, you're going upstairs to just do your normal thing.
You just think you're there. You think you're supposed to be there.
So that's the lesson. All right. If you just pretend like you just don't know what's going on.
That's perfect.
And you'll be popular. So yeah, today I got a wedding to go to.
Ooh.
So that'll be
exciting.
A nice weather day for that. And then
it's beautiful out.
I actually get to move on Monday.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's you just like threw that in there like that's no big deal.
Well, it's not fun, but it's only one trip. Okay, I'm doing one trip.
That's
I have
good.
this thing, so I have to be out of my. I'm moving by June 15th. So I think the best strategy for moving is do it little by little. right? So
Mm-hmm.
here we go. Just gonna go little by little. But yeah, that's my plan for this weekend.
Well, before we get into the show, I want to give a shout out to the
Yeah.
show's sponsor, Coleman Construction, where they build your dreams through custom home building. Learn more at colemanconstruction.com or call 402-643-5654 today. But with that, let's get right into the show. And again, if anytime you're listening, you have any questions for Rob, text in on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685, and we'll get to your question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows what's going to happen today? We're actually in the middle of a baseball game too. So.
True. Yeah. Huskers are up, I believe, 3-2 last I saw. Yep. 3-2, bottom of the fourth. So we'll see if Nebraska can hang on. But I heard today you want to talk about body fat, specifically losing body fat around your stomach.
I think that's a popular topic, right? I mean,
very much. Everyone is always trying to lose body fat around their stomach,
right.
I feel like.
And everybody wants to do it by the summertime. Now we're pretty much there. I get that.
Well, yeah, because when you go swimming, if I'm a guy, I don't have a shirt on. It's just like,
hey, I get it. So that's where we're at. But it's actually really funny. I know I wrote down when you finally decide to fight your over 40 belly fat, which, by the way, I know that it's not always above 40. All right. Sometimes you're in the 30s. Same thing happens. It's just when the metabolism starts to slow down. Right. But you cannot start with crunches, sit-ups, or any sort of core work.
I feel like that's a misconception.
Well, it does sound counterintuitive. I know.
See, I mean, is that because while you are working out your abs, that's not really going to make you lose body fat? Is it more like that?
Well, it doesn't target body fat specifically, right?
So it's not that it's bad for you. It's just not doing what you want it to do.
I love doing it, and mentally it feels good, right? And it does help. Obviously, working your muscles is gonna help you. But you already have a 6-pack. Every single one of us has a 6-pack. You just can't see it. Yeah.
No way. So, I'm gonna go brag today.
We all got you should. It's like, hey, I got a 6-pack. It's
just under all this body fat, but hey, it's
can
there.
I see it? People are gonna ask. Like, no, but I got one.
But it's there.
I was reliably informed on the radio. I have a 6-pack, and you can totally say that to people.
All right.
But yeah, so no, everyone has one. It's just hiding under the belly fat, as you said, right? So getting the fat off is what reveals it. So that's why belly fat is always the big popular question. How do I get rid of it? So
how do you get rid of it, Rob?
Well, yeah. So I have 3 steps.
Ooh, 3-step plan.
I have a 3-step plan. Now
I like it.
Let me rephrase that. I have 3 of the steps. I bet you somebody can come up with a 10-step plan, an 8-step plan. I just have 3 things.
I like 3. 3 seems like doable.
Right. But this doesn't have as much to do with diet, which is why there's going to be a million more plans out there. But keep in mind, I do.
True. Diet's a big part of it.
Yes, I am with the Movement Academy, right? So this is the movement hour. Yes. So we'll talk about movement portion of the belly fat loss. Now, it's first things first. Actually, is this sounds simple and it almost sounds diety, but burn more calories at rest, right? So. The first thing is what is metabolism? Do you know what metabolism is? Have you ever tried to define that?
I just feel like metabolism is just like how fast your body can burn calories. I feel like.
Yeah, well,
is it more like that?
I mean, in simple terms, essentially. So it is the your body's chemical reaction, right, to the cells that change food into energy, right? So our bodies need this energy to do everything, right? So from moving to thinking to growing, everything, right? So it is the chemical reactions in the body's cells that change food into energy, right? So when you're thinking of metabolism, that's the easiest way, especially in the context of this conversation. It's really important to know what we're talking about. So the total energy expenditure is really your greatest ally against belly fat. So as you get older, the total amount of energy when you're resting actually decreases, right? And energy, in other words, calories your body burns. Right. So that's as you age, of course. That's why I say to get rid of the under 40 or the above 40 belly fat. Right?
Yeah.
Because as you get older,
it's hard.
And I'm 34. I'm getting up there. So this is the article. This is for me, right? And this is for everybody else in their 30s. Like, start now, right? So some people and I understand that it's already swimsuit season. My apartment pool just opened, by the way. So.
Ooh.
I know, and I'm going to be there for a good 15 days to enjoy it.
All right. That'll be fun.
Yes. So, but yeah, lifestyle factors, of course, stress, sitting around and moving less, all play a role. But the number of calories you burn at rest as you age is actually determined genetically as well. So thank you, parents. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some people that just can't, like, genetically can't burn calories as well as other people.
Right. Well, you can't choose your genetics either, right? So
No,
I mean,
you're born with them.
You're born with it. Yep, that's just it's just the way it works. Now, and if you didn't catch it, I did say 3 of these steps. The first one, in other words, is burn more calories at rest. Okay, so talk about genetics. Like, my parents, for example, so my mother is extremely slender. Now, she won't tell you this because she doesn't believe it herself. She'll probably tell you she's going to be on every single diet that there is, but she is a slender woman. She looks good. She's in her 60s and looks great, right? So I actually took after her in terms of like my body size. So it's easier for me. I mean, I hate to say it, not to sound braggy, just genetics. Like, that's what it is. Like, I happen to get very lucky. So it's the opposite of braggy. I didn't do anything. So no, it's but she's slender, right? So I have to deal with that, and which makes it harder for me to put on weight, right? But my father, for example, he's a little bit more barrel body. He's just extremely strong. So my brother really took after my father. I really took after my mother in these regards. And it is amazing how if him and I did the exact same thing every single day, we would still look different, right? Because he took more after one body type, I took more after another body type, and it's just the way it is. So some people don't go shopping for parts, right? I've said this term before. Don't look at this person on Instagram and say, hey, I want those shoulders, I want that stomach, I want that person's butt, I want their calves, right? That's that's just not how it works. You can enhance what you have, but you can't really go shopping for parts like that. And I mean, I think one of the best examples, to bring a sports example, do you know who won? Like, who just won? Is it 3 MVPs now, or is it 4?
Jokic. It's 3.
It's 3. Was it in a row, or is it 3 and 4 years?
It was 3 and 4 years.
Right. Well, he is one of the most conditioned athletes on the planet. And when you look at him, does he look like LeBron James? Does he look like any other person on his team? Like, he's really not what you would call, if you saw him on the street, a jacked and ripped dude.
No. Look, you can look at pictures when he was younger. He was a bigger kid, not size wise. It just like, body fat and everything. He doesn't look like, this is a guy that's been dominating the NBA for 4 years now.
Yeah. So, but it's just, that just goes to show, genetics, right? They play a massive role. Now, he got lucky in genetics also because he's a tremendous athlete, and that takes a lot of talent and just a lot of God-given gifts for sure. But my gymnastics background, I actually got very lucky genetically because I told you my father is very naturally strong in his upper body. My mother is very slender. So I got like her slenderness and his strength, which makes it a lot easier. That's a good combo. It's a good combo for gymnastics, right? So, but just keep that in mind when determining how you want to look. Just let's enhance your gifts. Essentially, is what I'd be talking about there. But you could, for lack of a better term, trick your metabolism, right? So the right combination of exercise can trigger an afterburn effect that lasts for hours, right? And I say afterburn in quotes, by the way. It's something that lasts for hours, and it allows you to burn more calories while you sit on the couch and do nothing. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun because when you think about exercise, you're not just burning calories while you're working out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I prefer resistance training to cardio when it comes to weight loss specific, or I guess body fat loss specifically, because your muscles are really what's going to be burning all those calories at rest, right? So the more muscle you have, the more pounds of muscle you have, the more calories you're going to be required. Your body needs. A muscle needs calories just to exist. Yeah. So
you have to eat. Human nature.
Yes, it is. Have you ever heard? It's a myth, but there is a true number. It's like 6 to 10 calories or something like that, like 10 on the high end per muscle, like per pound of muscles, how many calories you're going to burn. But like, it's a popular number. 50 calories a day is how many calories you're going to burn just by having 1 extra pound of muscle, right? Which don't believe that number. It's a little high, right? But have you heard that one before?
No, I've never heard
It's a
that.
pretty popular one, actually. People, I hear that a lot.
Maybe I'm just not in the right groups, these discussions.
Maybe you will be, when you get into your 40s and you have to start thinking about losing body fat.
Right now, my metabolism I can eat whatever. I can eat McDonald's for a week straight, and I'll still probably weigh the same.
Amazing. I mean, I wouldn't go with McDonald's, but
what's wrong with McDonald's?
It's not Taco Bell.
All right, I'm a McDonald's guy, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I should be fair to McDonald's. I have a very strange tradition that's with McDonald's. Okay, and it's a meat only tradition. Every single time I fly anywhere, I actually do make a stop at McDonald's to get a coffee and a hash browns.
That sounds good.
That's
a nice tradition. I like that.
The only time I ever go to McDonald's.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good tradition. Everyone should do that tradition.
I don't know why it happens. It's just a thing I feel like I need before I fly. And I have never crashed even once. All right. So that is exactly why.
It's probably because you're drinking a coffee before.
Yeah. And having hash browns. I got proof. So
all right. If it works, it works.
Yeah. So anyways, number 2, maximizing overall muscle strength. So the, obviously that's going to have a lot to do with exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And your body, of course, does burn more calories a day. How does it burn more calories a day while at rest? Right. So extra calories per pound of muscle. And we could actually do some math. I mean, let's go on one of the let's just say 10 calories. Now, I have not done this math, and I don't know how good you are. Right? Maybe
I'm
we'll
okay with math.
Maybe we'll do this math on the break. I actually want to know what we can
try to do. We could try to do it live.
Well, all right. So 10. Let's try. Yeah. So 10 calories and 1 pound of muscle. Let's say. So let's say 10 pounds of muscle. Let's pretend you can put that on. Now that's not easy either, right? But let's try it. 10 pounds, 10 calories, right? So how many calories a day is that? And then how many calories a week is that? So 100 calories a day is that what we're looking at? 10 times 10?
Yeah, that's 100. Then that times 7, that'd be 700.
700 calories right there without doing anything. Right now, that's again high end. You might be burning 6 calories, per pound of muscle. You might be burning 10, right? But it's going to vary. It's just that there's a range there, of course. It's just that is a large number, really. I mean, especially because you didn't do anything, and that accumulates every single month, every single year. So having muscle on your body, which of course comes from resistance training, not as much cardio training, or long, slow distance cardio training, I should say. That is going to be the one of the main ways to help you burn that belly fat. So maximizing overall muscle strength. That's going to be huge. Now,
I never really thought about it that way, because I feel like whenever a lot of it's like, well, when people are wanting to lose belly fat, it's like, well, that when they attribute that to weight loss,
right?
But it's like if you're gaining muscle weighs more than fat, so you're gonna not be losing weight. You know what I mean?
That term, I know what you mean, but we actually gotta be specific on that term, right? Because obviously a pound of muscle weighs a pound of fat, right? So it doesn't necessarily,
true.
So it just takes up less space is really what. So again, everyone uses that term, and it does make sense. But really, when you,
a pound of fat, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it takes up less space, right? So as opposed to the scale, maybe focus on how your clothes fit, right? So it's actually pretty important to consider it that way, just because if you just look at the scale, it doesn't know the difference between a pound of muscle and a pound of fat.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't know how much size you've lost, even though you've gained the same amount of weight.
So so it's like I lost a pound of fat, but then I gained a pound of muscle. It's like, well, I'm not losing any weight.
Right.
It's like, well,
it's amazing to me that I mean, it's not, I guess, that general knowledge. That's why people like me and have the job that I have, right? And I get that. It's just when I express this information, half the time it's a surprise. The other half the time it's not. But all the time when I'm talking to anybody who's trying to lose that belly fat, they either need to be reminded of it, or they know the answer, but they won't actually do those things. Which is they would rather change diet, do supplements. They would rather just go for a long run. I love that you do those things, but don't forget about the resistance training, because I mean, how much less work would you have to do to burn 700 calories or whatever number we come up with to do? I mean, you're literally doing nothing. So
you're just existing.
You're just being there. Yeah. So, I mean, if you were to wake up one morning and stare at the sky for all day,
Watch grass grow.
watch it grow, watch it do whatever
Watch
you
paint
do.
dry.
Yes. And then somehow have the, somehow be able to make it back to sleep again the next day or the next night. Yeah. You're burning a lot more calories if you only have just a few more pounds of muscle on you.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, we need to throw it to break.
Yes, let's do it.
When we come back, we'll continue this conversation.
We got
This is
more.
interesting. We got more because we only got to one step, right?
That was technically 2, but
That was
let's say
technically
1.5.
1.5. Okay. We got to 1.5 of the 3 steps. So we're only halfway.
We're only halfway.
So
we
got a lot more to discuss right here on the next segment on the Movement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond. Through their decades of design-build expertise, they are available for detailed planning and custom building, additions, and remodels for your dream home. Coleman Construction listens to your ideas and works with you to develop a floor plan, budget, and project management approach. Contact Coleman Construction at 402-643-5654 to discuss your vision for a beautiful home and let them bring it to life.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Allo Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. When it comes to gift giving, it's all about the wow factor. And let me tell you, nothing wows quite like jewelry. Whether it's a delicate necklace or a statement ring, jewelry makes the right statement. So if you want to knock her socks off, or anything else for that matter, skip the generic gifts and go straight for the bling. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game. And because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond. Through their decades of design-build expertise, they are available for detailed planning and custom building, additions, and remodels for your dream home. Coleman Construction listens to your ideas and works with you to develop a floor plan, budget, and project management approach. Contact Coleman Construction at 402-643-5654 to discuss your vision for a beautiful home and let them bring it to life.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take, but it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Movement Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We still got Rob Coleman here in studio, and we will continue our conversation about losing body fat around your stomach. But first, what are your plans for Memorial Day? I don't. Did I ask?
I mean, we talked a little bit about it, but I mean, for the people, you know,
for the people.
You got anything fun that you got any parties to invite me to? I mean, I'm in. I'm all there. Just not tonight because I'll be at a wedding.
Well, yeah, tonight you got a wedding, and then I'm just gonna be hanging out at home for Memorial Day. I got Columbus. Nothing. Yep, I got nothing too fancy planned, but that's the way I want it because when I basically come into the station every single day.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to not be doing anything on Monday.
Well, I mean, I'm with you there.
And I've been having to wake up at 5 a.m. now because I'm helping produce early break here on Ticket.
All right.
So
you're getting into a habit.
Yeah. But see, I still can't fall asleep before midnight.
Oh no.
So I've been having to take like naps, during the day because I can't just function on 5 hours sleep. So it's like my routine right now is like I fall asleep at like midnight at the earliest, wake up at 5, and then I work from like 5:30 until 8:30 or 9:30. I get home. I probably sleep from like 11 till like 3.
Yeah, we'll talk about muscle and what they need to regenerate there. You got to get that sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I have to sleep, but it's like, man. But now that I'm taking naps, now I can't fall asleep. See, this is just like an endless cycle. It's like, well, because I'm taking naps, I can't fall asleep before midnight. But if I don't take a nap, then like I'm just gonna be dead.
Is this gonna be a common occurrence? Then you have to wake up at 5 a.m. for the foreseeable future?
From Monday through Friday.
All right. Well, one of these days, that's no longer going to be the case, and you're not going to have to do it. But you know what you should do? You should still do it, right?
Take a nap?
Well, no. Wake up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Because what could you do with that time? You could go to the Movement Academy.
And
start working out.
True. See,
we open at 5 a.m.
See, I'm more of a person like I would rather stay up till like 1 a.m. and then sleep until like 8, then go to bed at like 10 and wake up at 5. That's more of like me.
I get that.
I'm kind of a night owl.
Let's see how you feel after you get a really good workout in, and then like right in the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Right. And then see how much better your day goes.
It probably would go a lot better. We'll see.
Everyone's day is better after a workout.
There we go.
It's just
from Rob Coleman himself.
There it is.
We had workout in the morning. My mom always works out in the morning.
Right. So she's tried it. I've tried it.
Yeah.
I know what it's like in the middle of the day. So yeah, it's
you gotta try it. But
you just got to try it.
Back to our conversation. We got to like 1.5 of the steps.
Yeah.
What are the other 1.5?
Yeah.
Of the 3 steps.
To recap, burn more calories at rest. All right. So that one is definitely going to happen when you have more muscle and more strength on you, which is actually leading into step 2, maximize overall muscle strength.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing that, your muscles are getting bigger. Bigger muscles leads to more calories burned. And then we did some math.
Math is hard.
Yeah, and we did it live on air. And
But
we were in,
my statistics class I took in college came in clutch there, even though we did no statistics.
It's okay. I mean, that just goes to prove that school is beneficial. So, but the exercise efficiency, that is the next one that we got to talk about, right? So that is number 3, efficient exercise. So all of these things kind of work together, to be honest. I could have made this into one massive step and just talked about it. Just burn more calories at rest. That's really
but then we only would have had one thing to talk about.
Yeah, we need 3 steps. Yeah. So no, but exercise efficiency. So the amount of calories you burn at rest, really, if anybody takes anything away from today, that is the main thing I'm trying to get at. So take nothing else away, but you need to burn more calories at rest. Now it's just, how do you do that? Right?
Because that's easy. Burning calories at rest, that's got to be easy.
It's getting to the stage where that is happening is the hard part.
Yeah, it's
right?
the hard part. But once you get there,
everything is easier, and then it's just maintain, right? So maintain the muscle mass. Now, I shouldn't say hard because I don't want to scare people away from exercise.
It's
just
super
going to the
easy.
gym.
You can do it in 5 minutes.
Exactly. But no, it's going to the gym is getting there. That is, yes, the easy part, right? Doing the work efficiently, that is the part that takes a little bit of practice.
And that's why you're here.
That's where personal trainers come in. That's where group personal training comes in. That's where classes or just going to the gym and doing general stuff comes in handy. But we're going to dig into that a little bit later also. But in terms of exercise efficiency, I'll talk about why I started the show off by saying don't do crunches to lose body fat. Because
misconception.
Right. You cannot spot reduce body fat. Right. So I'm not going to do a ton of crunches to lose the fat on top of my crunches. That's just not how your body reacts. Right. If you're truly burning more calories at rest because your muscles are bigger, how much easier is it to get bigger legs than bigger abs? Right. Doing a squat is far more beneficial than doing a crunch for belly fat. You're not right. I mean, just because you're working your quads, your glutes, hamstrings, your lower back, your calves, everything is getting something.
That's interesting.
But it's so like simple when you hear it.
Yeah,
right?
People don't think it's like, okay, I'm gonna go work on my legs and I'll lose some belly body fat.
Lose belly fat. Yeah.
People don't think about it that way, but it's true.
So I guess what I'm trying to do is because people don't think about it that way, I'm trying to like shift your paradigm here a little bit. Just like, don't think of it as what muscle do I need to work to get rid of the body fat around that muscle. Think of it as you lose body fat because of burning calories. What helps you burn the most calories? More muscle. Where can you put on the most muscle? Your legs, your back, your chest, not your abs, right? Even let's talk about arms, right? Your biceps. That's a tiny muscle. It's a tiny muscle compared to anything in your legs.
True. Yeah.
Right. So I can do bicep curls and I can get really sore muscles, but what's going to happen is that's a small muscle. So the amount of any sort of nutrient or any sort of energy expenditure that my body has to do to supply that muscle, it's nothing compared to a glute, right? And when I say a glute, I'm not even just talking about that. In a squat, that's a multi-joint exercise.
Yeah.
A bicep curl is a single joint exercise. So every single joint has a muscle working to move that joint. So you're moving multiple muscles instead of a single muscle, and every one of those muscles on top of that is bigger than the bicep, right?
That's
so
interesting.
Bigger muscles burn more calories than smaller muscles. Work the bigger muscles. It's just, I mean, it's one of those things that it is really simple when you've heard it. Some people haven't. And I mean, people in their cars listening right now are like, well, duh, Rob, I've heard that a million times. But like, you'd be surprised at how many times I have this conversation and people are actually really shocked.
I mean, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I understand why, but it's like, like if I was thinking about losing, body fat around my stomach, my first thing wouldn't be, oh, I'm gonna go work on my legs. Like that wouldn't be the first thing that popped in my head.
Just think about working the biggest muscles in the body.
No, and now that you explained it, it makes total sense.
Well, calories in, calories out.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Right now we're talking about calories out, right? There's of course the calories in function.
Yeah, diet's a big part of it.
Yeah, but it's my goodness, it's a lot easier to eat what you want when you're burning a lot of calories.
Yeah.
So if you have troubles with diet, start exercising better.
I know I got troubles with diet.
Yeah,
I go to
well,
McDonald's too much.
I heard you did mention that. Yeah. So no, that's important. But really, we also, what is a sore muscle? So like, there's the lactic. Okay, so lactic acid, right? Do you know what that is and what is happening in your body when that's actually going on?
I would just say no. So because you're explaining it better than me trying to attempt to explain it.
Well, I mean, it is a thing, but it's not what's causing muscle soreness.
Okay.
Your lactic acid's usually gone within about an hour, and it's there. It gets produced as a byproduct of exercise, right? But it's gone well before muscle soreness sets in. Lactic acid,
Okay.
right? So really, it's just little microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. That's why you're sore. That's why you're stiff. That's why you're tired, right? So your body has to do a lot of work just to repair your muscles, right? And every single time you repair your muscles, they're going to be stronger, right? And that is how you grow your muscles. So the reason I say this is because if you are sore and you go to bed at night, not only do you burn more calories with more muscle, but you also burn more calories by giving your body more jobs to do
When you're sleeping.
Well, that's just an example. You could be
Yeah.
sitting on a chair
Or
doing
anything.
anything,
Yeah,
but like,
but just for
yeah, I mean, but when you're sleeping, I'll just bring that on. So if your body has to now repair muscle at rest, how many calories do you think that takes? I mean, that's a job that your body has to do. And now that's to tell to my clients, but Rob, you made me sore. I don't want to go to bed. My butt hurts. Like, well, hey, go to bed with a sore butt and burn more calories. Just think of it that way. Right. So it's actually, it's really important because when your muscles repair, or the process of your muscles repairing, that is certainly going to be the thing that does burn the most calories as far as recovery, right? So what's the easiest way to get sore muscles? You can even think of it in that context. I want to be sore. Now, you don't want to be overly sore. There's a too much. Read your body. If it's too far, then you can't do it. But don't work a overly sore muscle again, right? Give it its chance to repair.
Is that more of like the sore versus like hurting part of it? You know, like if you're working out and the muscles like there's a difference between it being like a little sore or like it hurts to do that?
Well, I mean, so I always like to say read your body on this one too. You know, like the question is like, what is too sore? Just listen to your heart, you know, and listen to your body. If it's telling you it's too sore, if you can't move it, right, then don't. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but sometimes muscle soreness is just stiffness that needs to be worked out with movement, right? So I've had sore muscles that last 3 days, right? Because they got like way too sore. Now, if I'm doing exercise in the first or second day, I wouldn't recommend that, like overly sore muscles, because you don't want to further break down a muscle that is trying to repair, right? But sometimes it's masked that in just stiffness. So it'll feel like a sore muscle, but just moving sometimes just kind of gets it all ready to go. So looks like our artist's work is going down here.
That's good. That's good. We had a comment on the text line, said Pro Strongman here, rest days are the most important.
Yes. All right. So he's just speaking, preaching to the choir there. That is absolutely true. You need rest days. You need those muscles to repair. If they're not repairing, I mean, think of it. So really what he's getting at there is if you, I like to, it doesn't work on the radio, making like a little hand graph, right?
Yeah.
but like just,
hey, we got video stream going.
There you go. But like, you know, we'll use like water as an example. Like, here's the water line, right? So, or like there's just a flat line. You break down a muscle through exercise, you're going below water. It repairs and you're going above water. Right? Every single time you repair your muscle, you're going right above that original line that you were at. If you don't have a rest day and you work that muscle again, you're just going further and further underwater. You're not giving that muscle a chance to build back up, right? So yes, to his point, rest days are very, very important. And it's actually sometimes people who do just full body, like I know people who work out only 3 days a week, extremely efficient exercise, full body, every single big muscle group in the body, and they're doing 3 rest days a week, also maybe a light cardio day on their off day. But that's you don't need to work out 6 days a week.
Yeah,
you could use rest.
Yeah, I mean, you have to rest. I mean, especially when your body's like screaming for you to rest. I mean, it helps because again, like you said, repairing the muscles. That's how you get more muscle is it repairing, like you said.
Yes. And my favorite split, and I don't like to say split because that implies I do the same thing every single week. Like I'll do upper, lower auxiliaries, right? No, I don't do things like that. So for me, as long as I'm hitting my major muscle groups twice a week and whatever format that looks like, that's my split, right? So that works for me, right? There are a lot of there's ways to do that. So let's say somebody wants to work out 5 days a week. So maybe they'll do an upper body push day, right? So that would mean chest, triceps, anterior medial deltoids usually, something like that. And then an upper pull day. So that's day 2. So now you're getting your back, you're getting your biceps, you're getting post delts, you're getting rhomboids, all those things. And then you do a full lower. So now in 3 days, you've hit every single muscle group one time.
And when you're working, so like if I did like, leg day one day and then the other day I'm working on my arms, like that's still like it's allowing your legs to like, kind of have that rest day while you're still working out. Like, is that kind of.
Well, I mean, yes. So like if you're not touching your upper body push muscles, your chest while you're exercising, it's getting rest. Yes. Right. And it's going to be minorly doing work, right?
Yeah.
Antagonist muscles work, agonist muscles work together, and we can go into the science of all that. But the process of hitting those muscle groups twice a week. So I just gave you a 3-day split, which hits all muscle groups once a week. And then if you want to take a rest day, light day, cardio day, whatever it is, and then you could do a full upper after that, and then a full lower after that. And there you have it. You have in 5 days, every single muscle group twice.
That's honestly the way to do it.
That's pretty typical for me. It's a way to do it, right?
Yeah.
So
definitely. Any last thoughts before we throw it to break?
No, I think
we kind of hit on the 3 steps.
We hit on a lot of stuff. I mean, the baseball game's still going on. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, we want to throw it to break so we leave a little time because we want to talk a little bit of Husker baseball before we get into the next hour. So with that, we're going to throw it to break. You're listening to the Movement Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond. Through their decades of design-build expertise, they are available for detailed planning and custom building, additions, and remodels for your dream home. Coleman Construction listens to your ideas and works with you to develop a floor plan, budget, and project management approach. Contact Coleman Construction at 402-643-5654 to discuss your vision for a beautiful home and let them bring it to life.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Harvey Perlman was there.
Hey, Harvey, sir.
Harvey sidled up to me and said, Sipple, a little out of context. So I was driving back. I called Pelini and I told him what Harvey said. He goes, Sipple, you should have told him anytime he's not near a sewer, he's out of context.
Whoa! Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster! That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you'll get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Rashawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond. Through their decades of design-build expertise, they are available for detailed planning and custom building, additions, and remodels for your dream home. Coleman Construction listens to your ideas and works with you to develop a floor plan, budget, and project management approach. Contact Coleman Construction at 402-643-5654 to discuss your vision for a beautiful home and let them bring it to life.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One last segment here on the Movement Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We kind of want to talk a little bit Husker baseball because they're playing right now.
Well, I just saw how excited Indiana was to end the inning by striking out one of our batters. But the first thing I'm thinking is like, that means we're closer to winning.
Yeah, because Nebraska's still up 3-2, bottom of the seventh, 1 out. Indiana is at bat.
The inning has to end in order for us to win.
That's true.
So
like Nebraska
net benefit.
Yeah, Nebraska also has to get out for the game to end and for them to win. So no, I definitely see your point.
Do we have to win twice?
Yes, we have to beat Nebraska has to beat Indiana twice today to then get to the Big Ten championship, which would be tomorrow. I'm not sure what time that'd be. Would that be 5? I think that'd be
yeah, I don't
2.
know. I'd be
It'd be 2. I think it's 2:00 would be the time of that game. But yeah, Nebraska, they went up 3-1. I think it was top of the third. Then Indiana scored bottom of the third to make it 3-2. So no one has scored since the bottom of the third.
Right.
And then we're now in the bottom
why
of
the game's going fast.
I know. We looked at TV. It's like, man, it's already bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
And Nebraska just struck out another player. Like,
I thought this was a long game. I guess not.
No.
The quicker it's over, the better that is, though, right? You got to play 2 in a day.
True. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see if Nebraska can pull that out.
Yeah.
No, what were you gonna say?
Well, no, what's funny is the last time we brought up baseball in the studio, I was talking about how much I like soccer more. I don't think we ever had more texts than
during the show than
that. And now all the baseball people are probably watching the game.
Yeah,
so like we can say whatever we want.
We could say soccer is so much better.
No, it's fine. I do actually, I am enjoying this. I didn't think I'd actually really enjoy watching a baseball game, but when you have a team that in a state that you care about, and a tournament that just it bodes well for the university, so go Huskers. I'm excited to watch it.
Nebraska, after losing, I mean, they lost to Ohio State 15-2 the first day of the tournament.
They just have a bad day,
and then they've been winning pretty handily all the rest of the way. But this is a close game here against Indiana, the first game of the day. So we'll see if Nebraska can get to a second game today.
Yeah, that's what you call that blowout a bad day at the office.
Yeah, I mean, in baseball, you always have those days. I mean, sometimes things just don't click and things don't work the way you want them to. But what a lot of people got mad about is that Sears didn't pitch for Nebraska in that game. Nebraska's best pitcher. They decided to save him for the second game.
Well, doesn't that work out though? Because does that mean they have them available for the championship? If you potentially make the championship, like is that the logic there? Maybe
it was more of I honestly was okay with it because it was kind of like Ohio State was seen as one of the worst teams. They've been one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. So as a coach, it's like, we shouldn't have to pitch our best pitcher.
It sounds so weird saying Ohio State's the worst in anything.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's mostly just football. They weren't that great in basketball this year either.
Yeah, but they have a history of being good at basketball. I mean,
yeah, they do. But
they've had some great players go through
there.
But
I understand. I understand the logic behind it because it was like try to get through this game without pitching Sears, and then you have Sears, and it's like then you got 2 wins, and you're kind of rolling. Then you're kind of going.
Yeah. So I think they'll at least make the. I mean,
I mean, with how bad of a day that was, I mean, even if Sears did pitch, they still might not have won.
That's a good
point. If Ohio State's, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, then again, would they have had, 15 runs?
They probably wouldn't have had 15 runs, but like if Nebraska could, like it would have been a lot worse if Nebraska lost when they pitched Sears. That would have been a lot.
That's a good point, but sometimes you're just hitting.
No.
You know? So sometimes that's just how it works.
Sometimes that is just how it works.
Yeah. And so one more thing actually before I know, since this is one of our shorter segments, I do want to bring up group fitness.
All right.
Right. So we were talking about burning calories at rest. That's obviously very, very important. We got to make sure that is one of the factors that you search for when you're trying to lose body fat. And what's going to happen is it's going to lose where it's most congregated. Typically that's around the stomach. Typically, not always, but that is usually where you're going to be seeing it the most. You didn't choose where that body fat congregated, which is why I like to say you can't choose where it comes off first, but it's just going to happen. If you could. Oh my God, that'd be great. But no, it's just going to happen where it is most congregated, which actually makes the most logical sense.
Yeah. Where there's the most, that's where it's going to start eating away at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have 100 pounds to lose versus 50 pounds to lose, you're going to lose your first few pounds way faster than you would had you less body fat. So same concept applies. But as far as group training is concerned, it's a very strong growing trend in fitness is group personal training. So Movement Academy had to jump on that with the level method training that we do. And it's grown. We're actually getting a lot of people. The nice thing about if you guys are interested in doing anything for group is you do not need to find a friend. We have your friends at the gym.
Yeah.
So some people think one of the hesitancies I've heard of people not wanting to start with group fitness and group personal training is they don't have anybody to do it with, which is just not the case at Movement Academy. The way it works is you'll actually have specific times that you can come in for these types of sessions. You might be by yourself. You might have 3 people in the session with you. You might have 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
But we do cap it at 5 people. But it's possible you have anywhere between 1 and 5 people. You tend to show up at the same time every single week. And as you develop that routine and that system, you'll actually start to see a lot of the same people as well. And that camaraderie is very motivating, but it's also really nice because you're with people that can motivate with you. And they don't need to be your exact same fitness level.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So we actually have programs where we might be working on, let's pretend we're working on a clean on one day, which is just a form of exercise. There are so many variations to a clean. And if you're going to be doing the same sets and reps, maybe it's for time, whatever it is, but somebody might be using dumbbells. Somebody more advanced might be using a heavier barbell. Right. But you can, no matter what those are 2 different fitness levels, and you can be doing the exact same workout with just different types of weight. So don't worry about being exactly the same as somebody else in terms of your ability.
Okay.
We can work with everybody at the same time in the same hour. No problem.
That's awesome. I want to address a text on the text line. Said Sears would have been pitching on short rest had they thrown him in the first game. I believe he pitched on Friday. And that first game of the tournament was on a Tuesday.
Okay.
So it would have been 4 days rest. And I mean, Sears is a pitcher that's he's going to be playing in the MLB.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 4 days rest in the MLB, that's like common.
Well, to be fair, I'm not sure how long you're supposed to rest a pitcher. So,
they could have pitched him. But I mean, I understand though, giving him another day, it makes sense. I was not against having Sears not pitching. Like
Right.
I thought it was the right decision.
Well,
to
at least
leave
now
him
we
out.
know what people were thinking if they were upset that he wasn't pitching.
I mean,
So,
yeah, I mean, it's more of like a hindsight 2020 thing. I mean, if Nebraska
Yeah.
would have won that first game, everyone would have thought he was a genius. Like,
Right.
you know, it's just like
that's true.
sometimes you do what you think is best, and sometimes it doesn't work, and then
Yeah.
you get criticized for
It's
it.
like-
But if it would have worked, you would have been seen as a genius.
It's like going for 2 against Miami in the '83 championship. Sometimes, we still think he's a genius, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's just how
Hindsight, man.
how the cookie crumbles. But with that, we're gonna wrap up the show. Rob, thank you for coming in
Yeah,
as
of course.
always. Had a fun hour.
Fun day today.
Do you know if you have a guest lined up for next week or not?
Yeah, next week. So I'll have a couple people in here, but one of them is Rob. Another one's a surprise.
Ooh, so we're gonna get the Rob and Rob show again next week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love the Rob and Rob show.
Yes. Hopefully everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend.
Oh yeah, everyone stay safe and enjoy the long weekend.
All right.
But with that, we're out of here. We got 7-on-7 football, youth football up next right here on 93.7 The Ticket. But until then, see ya.
Bye. Coleman Construction is a high-end custom home builder serving the city of Lincoln, Lancaster County, Seward County, and beyond.